Hello everyone and welcome to Brother Earth Healing. I hope you guys are having a really beautiful day and that the end of this month is coming to a beautiful close for everyone. As you can read in the title, this is going to be a end of the month reflection video for the month of August, and this is going to be for earth signs, tapping into earth energies, and yeah, just like kind of our physical space, physical world stuff. So yeah, feel free to tune in if you feel resonant with this. If you're not, if you don't have a whole lot of earth in your chart or anything like that, don't worry about that. We all have these energies in us and around us, and particularly like with people around us. So yeah, if you feel guided to be here, I'm sure you're in the right place. Yeah, I am an intuitive healer. I do a lot of energy work, and I've been trained as a medium as well as have been trained and ordained as a Buddhist monk in Thich Nhat Hanh's Zen tradition. So there's a little bit about my background there. And I do a lot of private work with people. So again, if you're resonant, feel free to reach out to me. I absolutely love working with everyone, and I have a sliding scale for all of my services. So that it's accessible for everyone as well. So yeah, and also just feel free to like throw a comment down there or reach out just to say hi. And yeah, if you have any questions about what comes out in the video as well, I'm super happy to offer whatever I can. So yeah, these will be channeled messages, tapping into your guides, my guides, and into the energy in general. So yeah, it might be a little bit different than other YouTube tarot stuff or tarot readers. But yeah, let's get started. I'm feeling really good, very grounded today, which is great for our Earth reading. Yeah, so I'd like to begin by actually offering everyone a little bit of energy and helping everyone to settle into the space a bit, say some prayers, and then get started. So I invite you to just kind of come back to the breath. Feel free to close your eyes for a moment. With our first few breaths, we recognize what's going on in the mind and in the mental space. Just noticing without judgment. We'll ask that our mind and thoughts begin to settle, creating some space, creating a sense of calm in the mind. Just allowing what is to be. And we'll drop down into the heart space, recognizing whatever emotions are coming up. Allowing whatever is there to be there without judging. We ask that our emotions begin to settle as we create space in the heart. And lastly, with the next couple of breaths, we'll set the intention to open ourselves up fully to receive what we need to receive today, to guide and support us through whatever it is we're going through. Great. Okay, good. That feels good. So I'd like to offer thanks and big gratitude to our blood ancestors as well as our spiritual ancestors, honoring our heritage, where we come from, what we feel connected to, what we are connected to. Thank you for paving the path, offering your light and your love in full service. Please support me in offering messages of healing and love and guidance for everyone tuning in and for myself. Thank you so much for all of your grace. Okay, great. So, welcome everybody. Wow, feeling really good today. I have had a really crazy month. Yeah, a lot coming up for me, as I'm sure is for everybody. I've just, kind of pulled off the top, well, scraped off the top of the 3 decks I'm using today. And I'm feeling God is just kind of go into it. There were some things that came up while I was sitting before, tapping into the energy before starting the video, and I feel like that might come up naturally, actually. So let's just get started. So first for our Oracle card, which I believe is really going to be crowning the energy, really kind of, the focal point for the reading. Animal Guardian. Trust your instincts. Yeah, trusting what you're feeling, that what you're feeling is true, that there is some truth in it. What I'm picking up on, for many of us, we're really spot on with what we're feeling right now, and I feel like that's in big part I feel like, and that's particularly true for those of us who are feeling really grounded and very settled and calm, and for those who, or in moments as well when we feel that way, and for those who are kind of feeling like they're a little bit, like maybe going crazy a little bit, or have a lot coming up and not feeling so grounded, or just have moments of that, recognizing that what's experienced in those moments is also true and real and valuable, but in a different way, right? And being able to see the difference between what is coming up when we are grounded and stable, and I feel like really trusting a lot of the emotions when we're in that state, as being authentic and true. And then in the other state, when we're a little bit less grounded and stable, recognizing that what is coming up is, one second. Yeah, real. It's also real. Okay, so let's not try to push things aside when we're in that state, and really see them for what they are. And I'm hearing that a good way to do that is to write down what you feel when you're in those states. And then later, when you're more grounded, to investigate them a little bit further, and to get a sense of like why they're arising and from where. Because they certainly are there to help guide you towards, your greater healing and happiness, for sure. As well as guide you, on the path that will, lead to all of those things. So that's wonderful. I really love that. That's great. I feel a lot of very beautiful support from that card, Animal Guardian. Just very pure, very pure guidance. And if you feel like, if you do have a relationship with like your higher teachers or, guides that are around you, if you do intuitive work, then definitely just tapping into that a little bit more and making it more of a central practice for you, a daily practice, would be really helpful right now. And if you're curious about doing that kind of work, I have been actually doing a lot of work more recently with helping people connect with their guides as well as their ancestry. Feel free to reach out as well. I'd be super happy to support you. So I'm seeing 2 pillars of this kind of central theme for the reading today. One being, so it's 9 of Pentacles coming out. So this coming through right now as yeah, being very much like, yeah, I'm getting a couple different things. One is that maybe, one is that you may have felt like you were in kind of embodying more of the Knight of Pentacles energy, that being like, yeah, just having a lot of abundance and truly being on the precipice of like, yeah, like really, really some really good internal work, or being deep into that as well, right? But on the precipice of something big for yourself. And I feel like what's being experienced right now is very much a part of that, even though you might not realize it, or it might not seem that way, okay? And another aspect of that card that's coming out is, yeah, sometimes we struggle with really harnessing or embodying that energy, embodying our wholeness, right? Our embodying ourselves in a way that reveals like our true gifts, that reveals our generosity and kindness within us. And so I feel like there have maybe been some conditions that have, I'm hearing triggering. I've been triggering you, and maybe you're feeling a little bit less connected with that deeper part of yourself, but having a deep experience of wanting to, yeah, embody that. And I got this in yesterday's reading as well, for air, or sorry, for, yeah, no, sorry, for water signs too. Okay. So feel free to check that one out if you feel resonant with this as well. I think there was a lot that really beautiful stuff that came out in that reading as well. So I feel like that's one theme, and then another theme, relating to this aspect of like, yeah, trust that what's going on is really truly, yeah, in alignment with where you want to be, and in your growth and your your well-being. Is Four of Swords reversed, actually. So I certainly feel like if you've been waiting on something, or feel like you're kind of in this space, yeah, I certainly feel like there's yeah, kind of wants to let you know that, like, we're really coming at the very tail end of this, and this is an end of the month reading for August. So I'm picking up for sure that like coming into September is going to be a lot of newness and a lot of yeah, I'm hearing a lot of what you want, which is great. I feel like there's some pretty heavy work and heavy stuff going on for everybody, and I can attest to that personally. And in my experience, yeah, it's been really revealing, really pushing me to go deeper into parts of the work I have to do and of myself that, yeah, like are very much, there's some resistance there. Yeah, and I feel like that's a really good place to be, because it's such a precious opportunity to be confronted with that, right? And to have the universe be like, and spirit be like, here, look, we're gonna, with a lot of grace, show you this and offer you an opportunity to go through this in a way where, you will suffer less. You won't suffer so much. We're going to try to make this a little bit easier for you, is basically the message. Yeah. Trust has been such a big theme. Trust has been such a big theme lately. Yeah, and if we can do our best to embody that, or to, yeah, really remember that, and that, the world and the universe isn't out to get us, right? It's truly the opposite of that. And the deeper you go into your healing, the more and more you will realize that, okay? So, I'm being guided to cut the deck and then place some cards down. 1, 2. Okay. Beautiful. Let's read for the situation first. So this is our Nine of Pentacles reversed, right? Feeling maybe a little bit detached from our true nature, from our true place of, like, abundance and generosity. And certainly not any kind of detachment, first of all. yeah, that all is that, it doesn't go away, like who we are truly. And, yeah, it doesn't go away. I think you're just experiencing a lot because, let me see. Oh, okay, I get it. So we have the Magician coming up under it. All right, that was the next card that was pulled, and then the Two of Wands. So manifesting a new beginning, right? Manifesting something new, and I'm feeling something certainly different for everybody. But what I do feel is the common theme is manifesting a new beginning, manifesting something that is truly, truly aligned with you. And yeah, I keep being called to say, if it doesn't feel like that right now, allow some space, right? Allow it some space. Create some space in your mind to not be judging what's going on so harshly, as well as in the heart space, and not be judging what you're feeling so harshly. In some respects, what came out with that trust, with the animal guardian card, with trust your instincts, almost kind of feels like less of like trust your instincts and more kind of like trusting what's going on. And I feel like for many of us, we're experiencing signs of very clear and powerful signs of that what is going on, is truly serving us in a big way, and I think that is just being just begging to be remembered and to be to just continue to remind yourself that especially if things feel very confusing for you right now. I mean, you can be very grounded and still be confused, so don't feel like you're not doing the work just because because it's a difficult and challenging work, and it yeah, I'm just feeling like a lot of purity, very pure, just seeing a lot of white light, just very pure. And I feel like that is spirit really directly coming in and offering us, right? Offering you a lot more than you realize is what I'm hearing. A lot more than what you realize. A lot more of what you want than what you realize. And there's certainly this very strong sense of like, just hang out, just, do your work, do your best to calm yourself and to enjoy what's going on here. Enjoy the moments that you are being, that are arising as much as you can. And just do your best to stay clear. Okay. At the bottom of this whole situation is the Knight of Pentacles. Okay. Very slow moving in this sense. The knights are generally the ones that are kind of going out there, right, on their horses. And in this depiction, in this particular deck, he's sitting down. I'm forgetting what the traditional depiction of Knight of Pentacles is in the, the Rider, traditional, like, Rider-Waite deck. But I don't think he's sitting down. Either way, I'm getting the sense of like there's not a lot for you to do right now. If you're involved in projects and things like that and feel like you have the energy and feel like the energy is there, yeah, really go forward and contribute something valuable in the workspace, or like I said, in other projects, then, you know, I don't think that there's anything saying, you know, that you need to stop doing that or slow anything down, but continuing stably forward. And I feel like that, yeah, what I'm feeling is like, it's like he's just hanging out on the pentacle, on the wheel, right? And it's just totally carrying him, you know. I'm getting the image of like a wheelchair, actually, particularly with this. I mean, it straight up looks like he's sitting on a wheelchair in this picture, right? In this depiction. And what I'm feeling from that is very much like that he's, yeah, just being carried, just being supported, right? Through a very difficult time. And that support can come, again, like I mentioned, in many ways, like seeing very clear signs, like which can come in a lot of ways. People, you know, some people see like, you know, angel numbers, or like, you know, repeating numbers everywhere, and like, oh man, I can't tell you how many times the past week I've been pumping gas and get like, you know, 2442, or, you know, things like that, like, you know, yeah. And all kinds of things, you know, random places, you know, license plates on whatever, 222, 222. I've been seeing that for months. Anyway, yeah. What I'm feeling is that what's happening has been already set in motion, okay? With the manifestation and the creation, right? The outward expression of what's inside that wants to be shared and offered to the world and created from deeply inside of you, that is already being set in motion, which is great. It's wonderful, you know. That's really great, and trust that. Really trust that. Right now, if you're resonating with this. Yeah, because I feel like the path will be made clear in time, and not too much time, I feel, as well. There may be an aspect of you really wanting to plan and figure things out. And if that's coming from a very natural and organic place, I would say, yeah, feel free to jot down some notes and whatever. But if that's coming from a place of like, oh, I need to do this, then I would actually, I feel like what's coming through is like, you know, suggestion that you that you more feel into it than you know, have this sense of, oh, I need to figure it out, right? Okay, I think you got that easily. Yeah, manifesting options as well. So I think that's a good place to leave that for now. And I'm going to read for this other situation that's coming out of the sense of trust, the Four of Swords reversed. Okay. Beautiful. So again, I feel called to cut the deck and then just lay out a couple more cards. 1, 2. Well, I guess 2 just wanted to come out. I have felt my hand stop. Okay. Okay, so as we come out of a place of waiting for something, I feel like we're kind of being thrust into a situation that we feel is maybe quite painful, or yeah, a situation that just doesn't feel, where you feel like there's not a lot of options, or that you don't have an option. But to, yeah, like what I'm getting is like 4 of Swords, right? Is this guy's just like, well, I guess I'm somehow finding myself here up on the ceiling, don't know how I got there, And there's these swords that I'm about to land on. I don't know what else to do. I guess, you know, I'm just going to land on these swords. And it's pretty scary, I have to say. Yeah, and even his hands are like in this prayer posture, like, oh, Lord, please, you know, please help me, right? Which is interesting because I feel like this has been orchestrated, like, in such a way to, like, have you go through something painful. Or something important, right? Something really, I'm hearing piercing to the heart of an issue, of something that has really, like, kept you in that waiting mode, or in that, like, you know, kept you, like, very much locked up, it feels. And this is also for sure relating a lot to feeling a lot of similar energy from what was coming out in the last reading for water signs. So if you're resonating, definitely check that out. Definitely, if you're still watching, please check that other video out yesterday for water signs, end of August review. Okay. Yeah, and I feel like, you know, Spirit's right there on the sideline. Your guides are right there on the sidelines, watching everything happen. Just, you know, trying to do their best to hold you and reassure you through signs is what I'm hearing. And through signs that are coming about through certain experiences, I feel. A lot of synchronicities. And hope. A lot of hope. Interesting. A lot of hope. Offering a lot of hope where there's doubt, right? Where there's a lack of trust, obviously, there's doubt, you know, and fear. Okay. Next up, we have the Ten of Wands in reverse. Okay. And what I feel like in a big way is a lot of what's being pierced to the heart is piercing to the heart of an effort to destroy and cut away burdens that you've been carrying, which could come in the form of mental, you know, a lot of stuff in the mind is what I'm feeling. Related around passion, like or things that you're passionate about, having strong attachments to projects coming out a certain way, doing things a certain way in work or in the physical world, or how you see the physical world to be, right? What you feel it to be, what you want it to be, what you don't like, you know, the things that we want to change, which are a whole lot, right? Hopefully all of us, right? I'm sure all of us. But still, there's this real grasping, right? There's this, what it feels like is Spirit's kind of come in and offered, like, to, like, kind of cut through some of this for you and help out. And yet there's still this very tight grasping. So, the advice is very clear to just, like, you know, slowly let go. And for many, I feel like that's going to be a very slow process of letting go of these things. Ways that we relate. The ways that we relate to the things that cause us harm and cause us to carry, you know, these burdens, and the responsibility of these burdens. You know, I know a lot of people struggle a lot with, you know, kind of carrying the weight of the world on their shoulders, right? And really feeling like, oh wow, like, you know, it's my job to, like, fix all of this, right? It's interesting. I feel like as soon as we lay down some of those burdens and start to loosen our hold at least a little bit, what I feel is as soon as we start to loosen our hold and consider that there's different ways to relate to these things that we have a tight hold on, that we have strong attachments to, the ways we think things should be. When we start to loosen our hold and have a sense of, maybe I'll let a little bit of space, you know, give a little bit of space to these and say, like, maybe there is another way. Maybe I haven't really got it, all figured out. Maybe I haven't got the right idea. Let's investigate and keep an open mind. Okay, keep an open mind. As soon as we start to do that, then a lot of these start to fall out really naturally, right? Start to fall to the wayside, and then we realize the weight that we're carrying. And once enough of them begin to, fall away, and we're like, wow, it feels so light. It feels so like, it's such a great feeling to just allow, the reality to soak in, and becoming comfortable with that reality, in a way. And that doesn't mean that we have to that we allow and permiss things that are, that should not be permissible to occur, but coming to a place of acceptance of the reality of those things, and of our ability and our role in what we can do, and looking at the ways that we maybe fall short of those expectations of ourselves, and as well as the way, some of the ways in which we follow through, and that we do really, have like a great influence on the world and those around us too, right? Yeah. So I really feel that loosening through this process for us. Lastly, the Knight of Pentacles also came out in reverse. Okay. Now this feels extremely slow moving. And I feel like to the point where it's like, maybe giving you a little bit of a nudge to start loosening that grip sooner than later. I'm getting, we want to know what? The way. We want to know the way. Okay. Yeah, again, same imagery. I just looked at the bottom of the deck. So here's the Ten of Wands. Take a look at that. Bottom of the deck, overall. This is our advice, is what I'm getting here. This is our advice. It's the same imagery, right? These are our burdens really pinning us down. This is all about freeing ourselves from our mind, from ourselves, from freeing our true selves from our strong identification with our ego self, with the self that exists and interacts, and that lives in the world, right? And recognizing slowly but surely that there is another way of living in the world that's not so attached to all of these models and ideas of who we should be, who we are. The ego created, who you are associated with the name you've been given, right? That's a strong one, the name you've been given, right? It's an identity. It is a created identity. It is, and it's a really fun exercise to do, which I enjoy, which is definitely a part of self-realization practice, and coming back to, who am I, practice. Ramana Maharshi is asking, okay, who am I if I strip away the identification with my name, right? Nick, or whatever. What is left? What is there, And the more you go into that, the more you just recognize the pure awareness, right? The just the presence, the awareness of what's going on, the mouth moving, the words coming out, right? The more deeply we go into that, it's like, so, and it becomes very free. It becomes very freeing, this practice. So if you're interested in that, I think Muji also, Muji also really talks a lot about this practice, and this is definitely, I know Ramana Maharshi is one of his, primary teachers or primary influences as well. If you're curious more about that, please feel free to leave a comment and I will respond with maybe some links or maybe also some books that would be really helpful that have been great for me if you are curious about that practice or that tradition. Again, I feel like this is all happening in an effort, right? The more we can let go of the burdens associated with our ego self, right? This created identity, who am I without it? The more we loosen that, the more we realize it's like a mirror, right? It's almost like a mirror, right? It's like, can you see yourself? Can you see the identity that's been created around you, for you, in part by you and by those around you and your family and parents? Can you see that identity as if you were looking into a mirror of it, right? Can you see it as if it is separate from who you truly are, the one that bounces from lifetimes to from lifetime to lifetime, from body to body? Can you see that, right? The great mirror, yeah. And it's so pure, this awareness. It's so pure. I'm completely want to be just completely transparent that I'm not like a fully awakened fella over here. But I have had many experiences of what that is, pure in its pure form, of that conscious awareness. In many different settings, many different things, I've had this experience, and it's just so it's just so revealing, and I feel really grateful because I can actually speak on it, having had the experiences. And I think a lot of us are having more and more of those, a lot more experiences strongly of coming into, feeling like really deep love, and having these really mystical and spiritual experiences, and some with like plant medicines and substances, and others without. I've definitely had both, but the most potent have been without taking any kind of plant medicine or anything. And they also, for me, last a lot longer without any kind of substance, personally. And just to kind of round it out, I was just kind of cutting the deck again randomly. 3 of Wands here, which I feel is very much the core, right? This feels so pure. It really does. It feels like a very core part. Whatever you're experiencing, it feels like a very important and core part of your awakening into spirit, into yourself, your true self, into conscious awareness, pure awareness, loving awareness, as Ram Dass shares a lot, I am loving awareness, I am loving awareness, which is also a great meditative mantra. And it just feels so pure. It just feels so pure. And it's interesting. It's almost like we wait for this. It's almost like we're waiting for this to happen, right? We want this to happen. We're looking for it, right? And at the same time, for many of us, that may be inevitable, that may be hard to shake, right? But there's something about, going through your experience and through your life and not waiting for this to happen, right? And not waiting, just knowing and trusting, that this is the process, this is it, this is all it and a part of it. And that awareness is not gone anywhere. It's something that we're attaining. It's again in the loosening of what we believe, of who we believe we are, the loosening of our attachment to this, identity that's created and reinforced by thinking, oh, I have to have a job, I am this person. And even as I sit here and do this work and share I've been a monk and a healer and this and that, even as I play this role and that role, I'm going so much deeper into this practice of just, you know, being present and yeah, not allowing those roles to take over my sense of just being here, right? My sense of just, I'm just here, you know, that's all. I'm just here. There's nothing there's no role to slip into that's going to fulfill my true desire to be, my true fulfillment. You know, there's no role, there's no thing, person, partner that's going to fulfill that for me. It's already here, you know. I just need to discover it and step into that more and more, and again loosen the things that are binding me to the identity that is limited, the limited identity, right? So anyway, I think this is a great place to stop. This is a lot already, so I know I certainly am going to rewatch the video and sit with it quite a bit. Yeah, again, thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you guys made it this far, for sure. I don't know how the videos end up getting so long. It doesn't feel that long, but I will start to make little excerpts for sure. And throw them on Instagram. Feel free to follow me there too, just Brother Earth Healing. And again, if you feel resonant with what I'm doing here, I have a sliding scale for all of my services, and yeah, just feel free to reach out if you need anything. And yeah, if you want to support me by liking the video and subscribing to the channel and sharing it around with whoever, you know, on your Facebook or whatever, or maybe with someone specific who you feel might benefit from this, that would be very, very much appreciated. And yeah, just yeah, if anybody, you know, if even one person gets something valuable out of all this, it's yeah, I definitely consider that a success for me. Yeah, again, thank you, and until next time, many, many blessings to you.